What's up, y'all? HipHopMorning.com. Keep it locked. Breaking news. The Department of Justice has just reported that it will not file charges on George Zimmerman for the murder of Trayvon Martin. So basically, the case is done. He was found not guilty of murder, and now he was found not guilty of violating Trayvon Martin's civil rights. So that's another one. That's another L that we took. So it makes me want to ask the question that we truly don't understand what's going on in America in terms of race relations and what I call perception. Because I firmly believe that the whole Trayvon Martin situation wasn't about race. Race had factors to do with it, but it was more so about perception. The reason why George Zimmerman was able to walk up to Trayvon Martin and to confront him the way he did was he was indoctrinated into a perception where he taught Trayvon Martin was a threat to him, you know? So right now in America, the white man's perception of the black person is getting us killed. You know, we're getting shot. This is what happened in Ferguson. This is what happened with Eric Garner in New York. It's just people who are being indoctrinated into a perception of black people are this, black people are a threat, black people are dangerous. I need to protect myself from them. I need to approach them a certain way. I need to talk to them a certain way. This person can possibly be a thief. He can possibly be a threat to my life. So they're approaching us that way and we're getting shot. We're the only ones getting shot. And this is what I think. I think right now there is an issue of perception in America. And it has nothing to do so much with race. It's the way certain people were raised to view other people are actually getting us killed. And what I mean by other people is, just keep it real. White people are educated in this country to perceive us as a threat based on false statistics by the prison industrial complex, movies, television, music, just gave a negative perception of the black man in America. And these major cases, the Trayvon Martin, the Eric Garner, the young 12-year-old kid who got shot in St. Louis, the Mike Brown case, those cases are indicative of a major problem in America, that a person could be perceived a certain way, and based on those perceptions, that person can get shot and killed. And that's what's going on right now in America. Like, come on, man. I mean, come on, let's keep it. I have tattoos. You know, sometimes I got a sully on right now. I could go jogging. And it could be a white person just jogging in the park right along with me. And based on his indoctrination, the way he was raised and his views towards black people, he could be like, man, I think this guy is staring at cars a little bit too long. Let me call the police and make sure. Now, he goes and tells the police there's a black guy looking in the cars, he has a hood. Now, that policeman, based on his indoctrination, his perception, his views towards black people, he's going to come up towards me, and he's automatically going to see me as a threat. And I always ask black people this. If we're not being treated, if the perception of us is not 100% equal to the perception of a white man, then there's a major problem in America. There is a serious major problem. Because that shit is getting us killed, it's getting us shot. So right now, we have it. The Justice Department, Trayvon Martin's, his civil rights wasn't violated. Even though he was just walking with some Skittles and some soda in his hand going home, and somebody walked up to him and questioned him where he was going, even though he did not commit a crime. George Zimmerman was arrested 6 times. That boy Trayvon Martin was never arrested, never had a criminal charge. He had some run-ins in school and that's it. But America's perception of Trayvon Martin is always going to keep him guilty. And that's what's up. And that's what's affecting us. That's what's affecting hip-hop. That's what's affecting, it affects every aspect of our life. Because we are not truly free, I feel, as black people, until we are perceived the same way that everybody else is perceived. You know? And that's what it is right now, man. And it's really unfortunate and it's really sad that this is another major loss for race relations in America, because somebody basically not only just got away with murder, but also got away with violating another individual American's civil rights, you know? And I truly believe that if Trayvon Martin was white, if he was a white kid with freckles on his face and with a skateboard, and he was just walking down, and he was looking in the cars, and he had Skittles and whatever, and he was confronted, the outcome would have been totally different. Why? Based on perception, you know? And that's what it is. Perception in society has now become dangerous for us as black people. And this is what I think we should be moving on. It should be a movement of perception, and how we need to change the way the rest of the world, the rest of society, the rest everywhere in America treat us as black people or perceive us as black people. Because the next time it can be you, it could be me, it could be anybody who's just, it just takes one person to perceive you wrong and you can get shot. And that's what happened to that's what happened to Trayvon Martin. Trayvon Martin never committed a crime. Trayvon Martin was a regular school. I was Trayvon Martin. Matter of fact, I was worse than Trayvon Martin when I was in high school, you know? But based on some other individual's perception, now Trayvon Martin's dead. That can be you, that could be me. If you're black, you are no different. You are not excluded to that. And that's what's unfortunate right now. And that's what's going on in America. And I just hope that we as black people, we as Hip Hop Nation, we as a group, as a community, as white America, as a society, we look upon that and we say, wow, there's a major problem. A 17-year-old kid who was unarmed, who was just walking back home from the store, you know, to his father's house during, I think it was the All-Star game, was shot and killed by a man with a gun. And America's justification of it was, well, he was thug, well, whether, you know, he struggled, he fought back, and it's a very unfortunate incident. And I think that if we as a community, as America, we let this situation go, it's gonna happen again. And it's not gonna be Trayvon, it's gonna be Jamal, it's gonna be somebody else. And it might be a year from now, it might be 2 years from now. But if we do not actively go on a movement in America to change the perception of the way black people are being perceived, it's going to happen again, you know? And that's how I feel. This is what's up. You know, hiphopmorning.com. Stay tuned. The podcast. We got videos. We got exclusive interviews. Check out the Twitter account. Check out the YouTube page. We're about to go full and official. hiphopmorning.com. It's your boy Fray. Peace.